Wizards bells, monsters roar, breaking down the culture war. When the fandom flames rise higher, you're caught up in the crossfire. Culture safe, wizard casting truth bombs, mob bringing the fire. When the hot takes hit, you're in the culture crossfire. You're caught up in the crossfire.
Oh, here we are. We're back. Again.
We're back.
We're here this morning.
We're back again. And you haven't stopped, really.
No, we came straight from the M4 cast to here. And
yes.
yeah, it has been an adventure, my friend. It's been an adventure indeed.
Well, I'm sorry I'm late because I'm a few minutes behind. I got stuck in traffic on the way back. Mm-hmm. I also didn't account for Scary Movie being a little long. It was a little long, but very good. But we're not talking about that today.
Did you see that with Kada as well?
Yes.
So did you think it was going to be shorter than it was?
I did. I did.
Because
Kada. There's something to be said about seeing a movie that is very much made for this Scary Movie is made by and for black people, and if you go to a theater that is filled with black people, because that's where we were.
Please tell me you went to a black theater for this.
It was yes, we were, and it was glorious.
Who the hell that honky dressed like a wizard?
It was glorious. All right, well, I was just like a wizard with for He-Man, but I wasn't in full wizard for Scary Movie.
You probably made the right choice.
Yeah. Well, no, it was okay. It was good.
Was it like that scene from Scary Movie 1 where the girl gets killed in the parody of Scream 2's opening scene where she's just talking in the movie theater the whole time?
No, it was a respectable theater, but it's fun to have that community event, and especially with the amount of black humor in this film, Marv. Being in a black theater with black partitioners, mm-hmm. customers, it was a great time. It was a really great time. They had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. I'm sure Kada is going to be putting out a review video at some point. We're going to do one here. But we're not here to talk about Scary Movie.
No,
or my tardiness.
We are here to talk about Masters of the Universe. At first I was wondering, like, why don't they call it He-Man and the Masters of the Universe? And then I realized it's because they are wildly embarrassed by anything associated with the He-Man franchise.
Well, Marv, I said it I've said it on multiples of our streams. I said it on Twitter months ago. I said this is the start of the She-Ra universe. We're going to get Masters of the Universe, then we're going to get She-Ra.
Well, so hold on.
Then the Paramount Orko series. Then we're going to get She-Ra 2. Then we're going to get He-Man plus She-Ra, and then finally She-Ra 3, and the wheels will fall off this thing.
Yeah. So we are going to do. I think we should probably do a spoiler-free bit and then a spoiler bit. What do you think?
I agree with that. Yeah. Do you have something to put up on screen for the spoilers?
I could put a banner.
Yeah. Well, when we get to the spoilers, you can put the banner.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll put a spoiler warning up.
Yeah.
Real quick, we got a couple of super chats to get to. Juliet says, "Morning Culture Crossfire in chat." Hello to you as well, Juliet. The Evil Space Lady, a.k.a. Photon Empress, became a member on the M4 Empire channel, so welcome to you, Photon Empress.
Wow.
Yep. And KB Hugs 71 for 199 says, "The first seal is broken. Marv gave Leto props. Yes, I do have a out of the theater review up on my channel, the M4 Empire, and I did give Jared Leto props for his performance here. So
we'll get into that.
Yeah,
we'll get into that. I have some thoughts.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so you want to hop in spoiler free?
Yeah, let's do the spoiler free.
Okay. So I neither loved I feel like a lot of hold on. The evil space lady just gifted 50 M4 Empire memberships. We are starting it off right.
Wow. Okay.
Man, before we could even get a word out.
Just shoot it off.
You know
All
what?
right, so we're just kicking. We're just kicking the doors in here.
We got a clip, Wizard, and it is in honor of your trip with Kata to see the movie.
At the Red House, where black people and white people buy furniture.
And Hispanic people too.
Well, the gauntlet has been thrown down by the evil space lady to the Fake Wizards live channel. We're at 50 memberships on the M4 Empire. Will we have another membership battle? That is the question here.
It remains to be seen. I think the night is still young. Mm-hmm. The night is still young, and anything can happen.
Yep.
We'll see.
Oh, okay. So, Wizard, I feel like with movie reviews, it is either best movie ever or worst movie ever lately. You know?
Yeah.
Whereas now, with this movie, it's neither the best movie ever, nor is it the worst movie ever. It's just kind of a movie. It's just kind of in the middle. I neither hate nor love this. I wanted to love it. I can't love it. But I also can't fully hate it because there was some fun to be had. This movie, I think, has moments of just utter brilliance that is constantly that will then be immediately undercut by cringy Marvel humor.
I thought the humor, there was a little much of it. There was a little too much of it.
You think?
It was. I think the best way to open this up is by saying this is a 7.5. I think this is a 7.5 movie. It has, because you and I, we texted very briefly on it. I think there are some nuggets of brilliance in there.
Yeah.
That is great. But there's also some things where I like, you know, where the humor is okay in the first act. Act 1 is awesome.
Yes.
I loved it. Act 1 and Earth. I loved everything on Earth in the opening. I thought,
I thought Earth was a little grounded to a little bit of a slow pace, but I on the whole, I didn't hate it.
I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was a good way to bring us into who he is, where he's at now, what his mindset is. You know, he's still, he's unique. He's a little goofy, or a lot of goofy.
He's a clown. I mean, he's a buffoon for the entire movie. That was the thing I didn't like.
So is Adam. I mean, I didn't go into this expecting him to be serious. And I think that's a problem with serious, a lot of people.
I didn't expect him to be a himbo either.
I guess I didn't pick up that that's what he was. I didn't see it that way.
To me, it felt like a total himbo.
I guess I would have to think about that further.
There are so many moments where I got chills and goosebumps, and I was like, "Oh, I'm watching something truly special." And then immediately, the equivalent of somebody's pants falling down would happen. This movie is terrified to let itself be earnest for even a second. And so, honestly, I look at this. Honestly, I have the same issues with this movie that I have with Superman.
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
It undercuts every serious moment with a lame joke that typically doesn't land.
So I think the jokes here landed, but there is too much Marvel humor. And there are moments where you could actually look at it and predict what's about to happen. It's like, oh, it's something serious, and it's gonna be a joke, and then it's like, oh no, something serious, followed by an immediate joke.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
how we got you. There was going to be a joke there, but it's instead of a jump scare, we are now living in jump jokes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good way to put it. Jump jokes.
It's jump jokes.
You know what? I will say straight off the bat, this movie is not, woke. I don't know what anyone's talking about when they say that it's woke. I feel like it makes a concentrated attempt.
Can we address that?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, okay, well, there's only a single individual who's saying that this movie is woke.
No, there's more than just him. There's more than just him.
I've only seen one. And I kind of have a theory that we came up with, because we discussed it. We were like, we've seen the movie. What was our friend over at Midnight's Edge, Tom Connors, talking about in his rant about this movie? And I think we could summarize it really, really quickly down to, I think he wanted He-Man directed by Zack Snyder. And that's not what this was ever going to be.
Oh,
he wanted a serious... But he wanted whether he actually wanted Zack Snyder or not, he wanted the serious, gritty action, fantasy He-Man, and that's why he loved. I guess that's why he said he loves the 1987 movie.
Yeah,
but like this, and we can't get into it because we're not talking spoilers yet. But there are some moments in this where I'm like, that just outperformed nearly everything in Marvel.
Yes.
That moment outperformed everything in Marvel. That sequence outperformed everything from the last 6 years of Marvel. And I'm like, those are great. The little jokes are annoying in places where they should be serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. But, like they're saying in the chat, He-Man is not Conan the Barbarian. It's supposed to not take itself... Well, I mean... I think He-Man actually did take itself seriously, and that was what made it funny. This movie, like there are the non-spoiler stuff is killing me. It's like, so how do I put it? There are adaptations of things that very clearly love the source material and pay homage to it, and like, this isn't one of them. I think this is embarrassed by the source material. I think it is. This movie is so embarrassed by everything to do with this franchise that it has to constantly apologize or try to laugh at it with you. Where it's like, oh, Fisto, let's tell a joke about that 8 times.
On one hand, I very much agree. Yeah, you know what? Doing it once is fine, but they make these jokes 3 times.
Yeah,
and that's where it's like, or specifically, look, without giving spoilers away, there is part of Act 3. I'll just say it that way. Part of Act 3 has, I would say, 2 moments of absolute brilliance in it when it comes to storytelling, and we'll get into that when we talk about the spoilers in a moment. And those moments of absolute awesomeness are undercut immediately by really garbage tier jokes that were stale 40 minutes ago.
Yep.
And then credits rolled, and I'm like, that was a dog poo way to end this movie.
I agree. So yeah, the first 10 minutes of this film, when we were on Eternia and he's a kid, I was like, this is peak. Like, I was like, this is phenomenal. And then Earth, I started to get a little antsy during the Earth stuff. Especially because there's a lot of things where like jokes will go on for too long. And I feel like once we get to Eternia, it became a seesaw, because there are moments when we're back on Eternia where I'm like, best thing ever, worst thing ever, best thing ever, worst thing ever. And that's why it kind of lands in the middle for me, because like every moment that I think is about to be awesome gets undercut by a, haha, you thought we were going to be serious for a minute. Well, we're never serious. Like they are terrified for the entire movie to say the name He-Man. And it feels to me, Wizard, like the way they put it in, because it's at the end. That's not really a spoiler, but the way they put the name He-Man in there, it feels to me like they tried to get out of this movie without saying it. And somebody at the studio was like, no, you have to say it. And they did it kicking and screaming.
Yeah, look, that the final 3 minutes, I'll say, the final 3 minutes lost an entire point in my review for it. Mm-hmm. Whereas I would have been at an 8.5, now I'm at a 7.5 because of that stupid ass ending.
It was a dumb ending.
It was a terrible ending. Just the final scene. Not the ending, not the whole of Act 3. Act 3, like I said, has brilliant moments in it.
Oh, there are wonderful moments.
I'm looking forward to getting into those, but like that last scene is not good.
No.
And it leaves the most kind of flavor in your mouth as you're leaving the theater. You're like, really?
Honestly, it felt to me like they didn't know how to end it. And so they were just trying to do the happy Marvel ending. And that's another point here. This movie tries very hard to be a Marvel movie to the point that it embodies a lot of the worst qualities of Marvel movies.
If you told me this was a James Gunn film, I'd say, wow, okay, James Gunn made a He-Man.
They tried really hard. So the needle drops, one of them, I was like, oh my God, really? Like, I was so excited for it, and then they undercut it with a joke immediately. We'll get into the specifics in a minute. But the other one was, I get what they were trying to do because, like, memes or whatever, but it did not work.
Let's talk about some of the good stuff, because it sounds like, to anybody that's just listening in, it sounds like we're trashing this.
Right.
There are things that deserve to be trashed. This is not a bad movie. If you were like, hey, we got the kids, I want to take the kids to see the movie. Is it good for me and my kids? Let's go that direction. I'd say this is the equivalent. This is the equivalent of, like, I almost want to say the Goonies, because the jokes that are made are a little more highbrow. Like, they're not like little kids jokes.
Right.
You know, it's the adults will laugh, and you will find yourself laughing at some of these jokes. Not the gags, not the Marvel gags, the actual jokes. The actual jokes land.
Yeah.
Especially in Act 1 and Act 3. This movie suffers from Act 2 itis. That's where it loses me. It's in the Act 2. There's a lot of things that happen in Act 2, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
I let me give you my biggest positive for the entire movie. Skeletor is amazing. I don't like Jared Leto, and he knocked this role out of the park. And I think the writing for Skeletor was on point, because even like the way he was berating his minions with like the alliteration and stuff like that, I was like, man, that's Skeletor.
He did a great Skeletor. In the same way, I compare this to Tom Hardy's Bane. I'm sorry, you're doing a great job. I can't understand what you're saying, and that I think that swings into a problem of the audio mixing is terrible.
There were a few instances where I couldn't understand him, and I was like, you know what, that'll work. That'll be fine when I have subtitles.
The whole movie, I was like, I wish that I could have subtitles on right now, and I would have a better experience. But yes, like, hey, Jared Leto Skeletor is kick ass. He's great
with such gravitas, right? And such like just a Shakespearean quality to everything that he did. I thought he was tremendous. Like, if you didn't tell me that was Jared Leto, I would never have known that was Jared Leto.
And don't worry, they won't tell you, because he's not on any of the press tours.
Nope.
He is nowhere to be seen.
Part of me feels like that's the studio, and part of me feels like that's him. Like, part of me feels like because he doesn't have a face in the movie, he shouldn't be seen on the tour. Like, he's weird enough to do something like that.
You know, if Tron Ares did better, I bet you'd see more of him on the press tour. But Tron Ares did really bad. So, I don't know. But look, flowers where flowers are due. Jared Leto did a good Skeletor. It was a good Skeletor. I really liked him.
he was as good at Skeletor as Alison Brie was bad at Evelyn.
See, I wish we got more time with her.
Yeah,
We didn't
you know
really
what?
get
'Cause
much
The
of her.
time that we got with her didn't land for me. Like I felt like it was. Like I said in my earlier review, I was like, man, like I feel like like Rita Repulsa and Divatox would be like, tone it down a little bit.
That's funny. I was like, oh, this is Alison Brie doing like Shakespeare theater in the park.
Yeah, yeah.
Like she's really not trying. She's just being herself, like, but all hammed up in fantasy.
I mean, look, did they girl boss Tila a little bit? Probably.
I need to sit on
Yeah.
that, and I need to sleep on that, on how I
like,
could properly. I wish I could review it now, but
Like she doesn't
I
save
don't
the
like
day
her.
or anything like that. Like it's not that kind of movie.
she's just a tough girl boss.
Well, but so here's the thing. They did the thing with Man at Arms where he was, you know, a washed out, beaten, loser old man, drunk, who gets dunked on. But he comes back in a big way toward the end of that movie.
So let's talk about Tila first, and then we'll get into
Yeah.
Man at Arms, because I think there's a whole discussion to be had about Idris Elba's.
And I agree with the chat.
part.
Tila was always a girl boss. Tila is a strong female character, and she should be. I don't
Okay.
think she girl bosses because I don't think she's ever really put over at Adam's expense.
I need to preface this, and this is why I need to sleep on it, and why I'm not doing like this is our out of theater review discussion, but like I think each of us are gonna have like our own separate video reviews, and the reason I can't do mine today is because I need to think, and I need to separate how Kevin Smith did so much damage to me for me with the Tila character that I have to take the time to separate. No, this isn't the same Tila. Can I look at this better? Right? And I need time to separate the two. I can't stand Tila after what Kevin Smith did. So I don't want that to change here. I'm trying to be fair. But like, she's never on the back foot. She's never in danger.
Yeah.
And sure, you can make the explanation away that like, all right, well, she's been training for 15 years straight. Like, that's what she's been doing. It's like, okay, that's fine. Yeah, we know Tila's the warrior goddess, right?
And there's lots of like Tila lands on her feet and then Adam will like fall on his face. There's a lot of that stuff, like you know the Mario Peach thing where like you know Peach does the obstacle course in 2 seconds and Mario keeps getting beat by it. Like there's a lot of that.
I guess you know in a doesn't it get old? Doesn't this get old where the female protagonist is always outperforming the male protagonist like it's nothing? And we just saw it with Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
It's very noticeable now. It's in everything. So I just feel the same way here. I think she was never, you know, when she's there's a conflict with her and another character towards the end, and you're like, oh, okay, now something's gonna have to happen here, and absolutely nothing.
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 I didn't even see that fight end.
Because it doesn't. It just there's just no continuation.
There's a bad edit in there because when they're fighting at the end, all of a sudden we never go back to that fight, and when we go back, Tila's just standing there.
Yeah, well, there is a shot. I looked because like you could. They don't show you a cut to them actually duking it out. You see it in the background. So as you're watching one fight, you could see the other fight in the background, and that's all you get. But again, she's never challenged really.
Right.
She's never in any real danger. Adam is. You know, Adam is in real danger quite a lot.
I feel like there is. I feel like the movie tries repeatedly to appeal to masculine men who want to be protectors and providers, and there's a phenomenal moment where they do just that. But I feel like every time it does it, it feels the need to apologize to the wokies. Because something will happen, like he'll try to talk to Skeletor, you know, like which was insanely lame. They kept trying to
What are you
like
talking about?
they kept trying to work the HR stuff into like the stuff at Eternia, and I was just like, man, that's lame. That's dumb. Like, and I feel like they're trying to be like, we could talk about our feelings and cry too. And I'm just kind of like, come on, man.
Okay, well, let's hold that for the spoiler talk.
Yeah, we'll hold it for the spoiler talk, but
Let's hold that for the spoiler talk because that's going to be very important.
yeah.
Because part of that I loved, part of it I hated. Let's say okay, so then Man at Arms. So we talked Tila, Man at Arms, Idris Elba. I think he
got the Han Solo, Luke Skywalker
great.
treatment, but he was good. Look, and I know everyone's gonna hate on him immediately because it's a race swap. I don't agree with race swaps either. I don't like race swaps, but it's hard to argue with Idris Elba in a role because he's always so good. In the first 10 minutes of that movie, he's amazing.
Yes.
When he fights
he's great.
Trapjaw at the beginning of that movie, I'm just like, man, okay, this is a man.
I like that. I like that a lot. I liked Idris Elba's role in it. I liked the character arc that was there. There was a moment towards the middle of the film where he talks about, you know what? It's unfortunate that the word masculinity and toxic masculinity, the words have been assigned to this movie.
Yeah.
Because it has nothing to do with necessarily masculinity. It has to do with leadership. It has to do with honor. It has to do with choosing to do the right thing despite how difficult it might be.
There's a lot of talk about being a man and what that means, and like how being a man impacts your life and what all of that, like there's a whole lot of that like wrapped up with his father and with Man at Arms, but I don't think it ever makes a comment about toxic masculinity. I don't know what they were all talking about.
No. The whole toxic masculinity thing is Hollywood has no idea how to communicate with men anymore. So they made a movie that has a lot of themes that have to do with the experience of being a man and being an honorable man.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to communicate that that's what this movie is going to include. And so they used phrases like masculinity and toxic masculinity. Would you? Right. The actress who played Tila made reference in a stupid ass interview saying that she's been shaped by a world of toxic masculinity. But then she also goes on to reference that Idris Elba's character is kind of a loser dad who embodies toxic masculinity. Right. Would you say that Idris Elba's character embodied toxic masculinity for even a second on screen?
I think he was a prideful man who had his pride broken and then gets it back in the end. Like at the end,
yes.
He's like, here's the thing. If at the end of The Last Jedi, Luke Skywalker like showed up and fought and like became Luke Skywalker and didn't just die on a rock, then I think I would have been okay with it because that's a journey, right? That's a that's a journey that you take. Whereas, when you're looking at it in terms of like Luke and Han, I mean, they never really come back and they get killed. And Man at Arms, like he's gonna be Man at Arms if they ever make another one of these.
Yeah, I don't get your hopes up. I don't
think they're making another one of these.
I don't think so, man. I think that's another point to be made. As it was ending, I was like, this is kind of sad. This is all these things you're attempting to set up here, and it's gonna go nowhere because this isn't gonna. You spent too much money to make this. Way too much money.
Way too much money.
Way too much. You could see it on screen. So let's talk about that.
That money is there on screen. The visuals are amazing.
Oh, it did not go to waste. They made the movie, and it looks expensive.
Sure does.
All of Skeletor's goons look expensive to make. Mm-hmm. I mean, Beastman running around Oklahoma City. I mean, Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I'm sure the people of Oklahoma City got a nice close-up look at him after Tila and Adam abandoned them in the middle of the monster attack. You noticed that too, right? They left Beast Man in a
they
crowd of people where he's gonna just run
That's
roughshod
right.
and murder.
Yep. They left him and dude, Trapjaw was all of them, all of the Rogues Gallery looked great.
They look great, and Trapjaw was like legitimately a threat.
Yes. I would almost say I think all of them were. Like all of the bad guys felt and looked like legitimate threats.
Yeah, agreed.
That's something we don't get very often, and I liked it a lot. And they looked good. Trapjaw looked fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that.
So I think that was a plus. The Royal Guard merchandise toys were okay.
This
were okay.
This is the part where the movie is embarrassed by itself. And we'll get into that when we talk about the spoilers, because I really didn't like what they did with these guys.
I wanted them to all go away at some point. I was like, okay, well...
And wait, was there always a girl one, or did they add that for this movie?
Oh, no, they added her for this movie.
I was about to say, because I don't remember a girl with, like, a normal name.
They added... I think they called her Dion.
Yeah.
And she is just
She's not from the cartoon. What about the robot?
Mechanic?
No, the robot. Yeah. The Kristen Wiig robot.
Oh no, the robot. I think is new. I think it's totally new.
I was racking my brain trying to remember. So they added female characters, is what they did. They added a female robot and they added a female of the Royal Guard.
Marv, can I tell you, I was really afraid we were going to get another Lando and L3 situation by the end there.
Me too.
I was so afraid it was going to be an L3 situation.
The second the robot was Kristen Wiig, I was like, oh no, here we go.
How about, all right, I think the last thing we have, how did you feel about Adam and Nicholas Galazine and his performance?
I thought he was very charming. I thought he looked the role. I don't think some people were arguing he was too skinny. I really don't think so. There are a couple moments where you're like, man, that dude is like ripped.
Yeah.
Like I said, my problem, I think he was a really good Adam and a really good He-Man. My problem was I feel like the script failed him a couple times because it just made him the butt of every joke.
I would agree with that. I liked him a lot, and I'll put it this way. I hope he has a wonderful and fruitful career ahead, because having seen him in Sheep Detectives and then in this guy, I hope he's the new kid on the block, and he gets all the roles, and I'd love to see more of him. But I'd love to see him in some serious stuff too, because so far it's been in a family drama mystery with the Sheep Detectives, and then He-Man, where he is this is overloaded with Marvel humor, which sadly detracts from it a little bit.
Do you think that He-Man and Adam should have been played by two different actors?
No, I think he did a good job with both.
Because I know that like everyone has been saying he's too small to be He-Man. I don't think they make men big enough to be He-Man that are good actors, especially not in modern Hollywood.
They don't. And when he is He-Man, when he's buffed up into He-Man, he looks fine. Because that size is attainable. That's like men can look like that.
Yeah.
Like he very much so. He's likely on the juice to be that big. Mm-hmm. He might have to be, but for a lot of movies, like he would. It's for a lot of men, you could that's an attainable size, and I kind of like that. It was as if like him turning into He-Man was the maximum peak that he could get to himself, and I like that.
Right, I agree.
I like that. Instead of he's also a tall dude. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
They made him look big. I think it worked.
All right, should we start talking about spoilers?
Let's do the spoilers, man. I'll get my He-Man gripper cup.
Yeah, I got nothing because there was nothing there. All right, so hold on. Let me put up the spoiler warning. There you go. You have been warned. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Let's take some super chats though. Over on your channel,
Fry's Slaughterhouse for 2 says, it's a little late for this shit, don't you think?
we
It's an
don't
out-of-theater
sleep.
review, and the WDW Pro stream didn't move forward, so we figured, hey, we'll do a Culture Crossfire special.
Yep. KB Hug 71 for 199 says, "Gotta know Orko, yes or no? Merman bubble voice." Okay, so we are in the spoiler section, so I will answer this. You have been warned. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kind of. Orko shows up in. So there's 3 post-credit scenes. One is before the credits, but like after the movie ends. One is mid-credit, and one is end credits. Orko is in the first one. And he's just kind of explaining the moral of the story. He's not actually in the movie, but he's in the post-credit scene.
I thought it was very fitting for Orko, like for them to. That's how they introduced Orko, because there's nowhere he would have fit in this movie, and it wouldn't have been annoying.
Cringer is barely in this movie, so where were they going to put Orko?
Exactly.
To the point where I was like, Cringer probably should have been in a post-credit scene if this was how they were going to use him.
Cringer. There's a line from Cringer at the end of the film, and again, spoilers, you've been warned. There's a line from Cringer at the end of the film, and it snapped me back to 2008 with Terrence Howard with Iron Man.
Next
and Cringer
time,
says,
baby.
Next time I'll be in the armor, and I'm like, son of a gun, are we not going to see him in the armor for this movie?
But we do at the end.
We just barely do at the end.
Yeah.
We see him for a second in his Battle Cat armor.
Darth Leon 1977 for 2 says the added girl is an obscure newspaper from obscure newspaper He-Man comics. Okay, so they dug the bottom of the barrel to try to find another female character. Is essentially what they're saying.
Wait, with the Dion character?
Yeah, I guess her.
Oh man. Yeah, I didn't care for that. Mm-hmm. I didn't care for the other characters.
Okay, so the movie starts, and we see Prince Adam, and honestly, I kind of like felt for Adam a little bit in the beginning because I was that kid that like didn't want to focus on, like, my parents were trying to make me play sports, and all I wanted to do was like write stories and like goof around and stuff like that. And that's kind of what Adam was. And then he's got that moment where his father like whoops the crap out of him. But that's like the only real interaction we have of him and his father until Skeletor attacks, and he's just like, I am with you. And then they expect us to have some kind of emotional connection between Adam and his father later in the film that feels entirely unearned. I'm like, the only thing we saw with this father was him kicking his ass. And he does try to explain it, but I'm like, I don't know, man.
There's the father character was phoning it the hell in.
Oh yeah,
for
sure.
But they also, it's misleading. It is a bait and switch on this father character, because the opening is, he's basically, my son is a beta, more or less. That's how it's meant to be. Like, the father is not impressed with his son, and all the other trainees are so much better than his son. And then later on, when the event happens with his dad, it's more like, oh no, I just wanted you to be strong. It's like that. No, you humiliated him in front of all these people.
I did.
You actively ostracized him
at the end when he's He-Man and he's kicking the crap out of everyone in Snake Mountain, and the father is looking at him and he's got tears in his eyes because he finally sees that his son is strong and can stand on his own.
Yes.
That got me a little bit. Like that actually kind of got me.
All right. Because I know we're gonna spend a lot of time talking about the bad. Let's talk about some good. The Snake Mountain fight was
phenomenal.
Freaking awesome.
Phenomenal.
Awesome.
Best action sequence of the year easily so far. It was really good.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And there wasn't 1,000 cuts. You were able to see all of the hits.
Mm-hmm.
You were able to see everything land.
The hits
People
had
are getting
weight.
stabbed.
Yeah.
People are getting impaled. People are getting tossed around.
Yeah.
It was great.
I honestly thought the action was quality every time he transformed into He-Man, all 2 times. The Snake Mountain fight was great. I liked the fight that he has with Trapjaw where, he's just getting used to the power. My problem was, though, the first time he transforms, they immediately undercut it with Marvel humor and jokes.
That's what so earlier when I said like, oh, it's a jump joke. That's what I was talking about. That whole sequence is overloaded with jump jokes.
Yeah. Yep.
And it didn't need to.
But then, then the whole sequence where they're doing the chase with the ships through the forest, like that.
I did not like that.
Yeah, so I didn't like that for most of it. And then when in that scene from the trailer where he catches the ship,
yeah,
that was one where I was like, oh, goosebumps, like that was a cool moment, I thought. But
we had to make him look like an idiot for the last 5 minutes before that, or no, like 8 minutes before that. There is a moment, Marv, where with the Trapjaw fight when he becomes He-Man for the first time. You know what popped into my mind was Man of Steel. When Superman first gets his powers and he learns to fly. And I was comparing that and how cool that was to see, like, hey, Superman learning to fly. How would Superman interact with that? And then you compare it to this. Sincerity with incredible music. Constant Marvel jokes with incredible music. I think that was the comparison that I had. So I didn't care for that. I'd say everything from that point to Snake Mountain was my least favorite part of the film.
Yeah.
So you had the Trapjaw fight. He becomes He-Man. He's a bumbling idiot as He-Man for the first time. It's like, okay, that's fine if you do it once, and then he's like, oh no, now I'm strong. I'm He-Man. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna fight you all. And he kind of does that, but he's just constantly blumbering through everything.
Yeah.
And then we get to, okay, well, no, now we're going to fly away. Teela, you're the greatest pilot that ever lived. You're also the greatest warrior that ever lived. And, the ship's going down because we've been shot and we're being chased.
The greatest woman that ever lived. The greatest friend that ever lived.
Greatest woman that ever lived, Teela.
How about when, like, he tries to kiss her and she's like, we're such good friends. Aren't we great friends?
Oh,
you're like a little bro. I'm like, okay,
fuck
you.
That.
Like, come on, man. Like, what, are you trying to take
Fuck
her agency?
that.
Like, that's what I mean. So,
God.
Man-at-Arms has this incredible speech to him about what it means to be a man, what it means to protect, what it means to be strong, how, when the war starts, the poets aren't on the front lines.
Brilliant.
And I'm like, this is a really good speech. And then they undercut it with stuff like that. They have to apologize to the Wokies for doing something masculine. They're trying to please everyone, and they're going to end up pleasing nobody.
I hate that you're pointing this out because now I'm starting to understand it.
You see what I mean?
I hate it. I don't like. I would have preferred they didn't hint at. Look, because we need to break down the scene. So for everything that Marv just said happens, where Man-at-Arms has suited up for the first time. He still hasn't has re-suited up. Because Man-at-Arms was a little bit deconstructed. He lost the fight in the beginning of the movie. He becomes kind of a loser. No, he is a loser. He becomes like a drunkard, and he's basically a problem on society, and ends up with them. And there is the moment where he has to choose to suit up again and become the Man-at-Arms. And he does, but he's not fully there yet. And he's still drinking, and he's like, well, we should celebrate the small victories. We live. This is a victory. We should drink for this and celebrate it. And Teela's like, well, no, because the job's not done yet. And I was like, I'm okay with that. But then everything Marv just said, which is him and Adam sit down, and Man-at-Arms gives this really incredible speech about, like, sometimes men need to stand up. It's not about wanting to fight. It's being able to fight.
But then they go from that into having him try to talk to Skeletor about his feelings.
Okay, no. That's important. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Okay.
Worse. Adam immediately after getting this pep talk about what family and honor and leadership looks like, and choosing to fight and protection, what all that means, extremely like a father to a son conversation in real life. Immediately, he gets up, walks over to Teela, and pretty much says, like, they're both having the conversation of like, hey, I'm a guy, you're a girl. We got this thing going. We got some chemistry. We got
And
good
she
chemistry.
cuts his balls right off.
And she friend zones the fuck out of him, man. And it's embarrassing. And it's meant to be humiliating. It is meant to undermine him. Even though in that moment you're like, oh, all right, he's stepping up. Maybe this is it. He's not gonna be the butt of the joke anymore. And then, bam! And at that point, I'm like, I already didn't like Tila. Now I really just. And they're like, oh no, we're like the bestest friends ever.
You're like
cousins.
you're like a little brother to me.
You're like a little brother to me. What?
Yeah. Yeah. That
So,
was dumb.
See, I guess that's. I can understand where some people are saying this movie is woke because of things like that. Mm-hmm. However, see, and that's where this is. Look, let's be very, very clear. This is the kind of movie that people's opinions on it will be all over the map. Why? Because you have incredibly great moments that are sincere. You have humor that lands, but then you also have these other moments that absolutely suck and undercut all of the great moments. Yeah. It's like, think of it this way. The scenery is fantastic. The setting is fantastic. The acting is really good. The characters, the costume design, like for all intents and purposes, this should be a great He-Man movie. But I think Marv nailed it when you said like it's afraid to be a He-Man movie.
Yeah,
it's embarrassed.
It doesn't like He-Man. When he says at the end that he called himself He-Man, they laugh at him and say it's stupid. Like, I hate that. There's nothing I hate worse in a Marvel movie than when it's like, well, does the name have to be Ant-Man? Like, no.
Does the name have to be X-Men?
X-Men, yeah. We should be called the X-Women. The women are saving all the men around here. Like,
women are saving all the men around here. Hey, the new Wolverine game coming out soon. There's no X-Men. It's Team X. Took the X-Man out of it.
Marvel, yeah, thank you, Sweet Baby Inc. Marvel's workshopping that. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
This movie tried to be Thor Ragnarok. It misses Thor Ragnarok. But I don't think it ever hits Love and Thunder.
No, it's not Love and Thunder.
It gets 3/4 of the way there. It's a screaming goat away.
It's a screaming goat away. It's also Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Russell Crowe doing a stupid Italian accent away.
Crappy Russell Crowe as Zeus. Let's talk about
and to the chat. I know it sounds like we're flip-flopping a lot. But it's because this is not a best movie ever, worst movie ever situation. There's something good and there's something bad. And that's what kind of keeps it in the middle from going into the positive or the negative. It kind of keeps it at absolute zero. Because
we're about to talk about a scene I absolutely loved in a second. Mm-hmm. So and we just said everything with Man of Arms was great.
Everything in Man of Arms was great in the beginning and the end. When he comes back and he like takes his revenge on Trapjaw, it's a great moment. But like
yes.
But like the whole middle where he's a drunk and he's getting the Han Solo treatment, I miss me with that.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, it was annoying. It was like, can we just skip over this to the part where you're a hero again? Can we just jump to the part where you're a hero again? Because it's not you being a drunkard is not funny. They think it's funny, haha. But it's like no. Just get back to being the honorable guy again, please.
Yeah.
AVA Pop Culture said in the chat it is simultaneously ultra woke and ultra not woke. And that's I think that's a fair thing to say. I think people are going to say, I like this about it. I hated this about it.
Yeah,
I like this part over here. I hated this part about it. It is a middle of the road, safe, funny. Action is incredible. It's freaking great. The CGI I thought was really good. The world is great. It's just, there are just those little moments that absolutely sap the life away from it. It is like I don't even want to say it, but it's a woke parasite. It's as if there's a woke parasite inside of this movie sucking the good things out of it so that you can't walk away and say it was great.
Because this was made we have to give something to the people who don't like the woke, and then we got to give something to the people that like the woke, and then we
hate
have
that's
to
the
feed
word.
both sides, and we have to even it out, and we have to do something masculine, but then we have to balance it by emasculating him. Like it's all like it's all being done as a balancing act, and that's gonna please nobody.
So,
Yeah, see, AVA Pop Culture said in the chat, woke parasite in the movie is spot on. And it is.
Yes,
that is a really good way of putting it. There's a woke parasite in this movie that is constantly trying to pull it down.
It's a cancer. Yes,
Yeah.
There is a something sapping the life out of this where it should just blossom and be fantastic.
And then you'll go to the next scene over, and it'll be fun and awesome.
Yeah.
That's why, every time we say something good, people in the chat are just like, "Screw you, this movie was bad." And then every time we say something that was bad, everyone's like, "Screw you, this movie was good." Like,
see,
it's mid.
We're just gonna be honest. We're breaking it down in real time, being honest about it. Did somebody say 2 Tom Connors? Are you
Dude,
fucking
we're
kidding
nowhere
me?
near what Tom was. Shut the fuck up. Like,
I hope that's a troll, and that's a funny troll. If so,
yeah, if
that's
that's a troll, that's a funny troll. If that's not, then because at the end of the day, if our opinion disagrees with yours, and you take that personally, that's on you. Like,
you said 7.5. Yeah,
did
I
say-
still say 7.5.
I haven't given it a number yet. I cannot go as high as 7.5.
And yeah, that's okay.
I'm hovering around a 6 probably. Like possibly even like
I
a
bought merch
5.5,
from it.
6. Like it's mid. Like I said,
we'll get to that in the end. Let's talk about the Skeletor. The final confrontation. There is so to cue this up. Skeletor has taken the power sword. Skeletor has taken the power sword and goes back to Castle Grayskull, and He-Man gets the sword back, but he's not He-Man yet. Or Adam gets the sword back, and Skeletor zaps it, and the power sword shatters. This is, again, massive spoiler. At which point, Skeletor stabs Adam with the power sword, and he's like
with the
kind of
shard
dying.
Yeah,
With the shards, the broken hilt, and that's okay. And then he has this kind of in-body, out-of-body experience. If you hadn't watched the whole movie up until this point, if there wasn't the whole HRification gag that ran on for too long,
right?
He-Man becomes He-Man again. He steps up, the sword refocuses, he's back, he's bulky, and then he looks at Skeletor and says, "I'm going to give you the chance to, let's talk this out." And then Skeletor says no.
To be fair, that's a very Superman thing to do.
So hang on, because I absolutely loved that for what it was. So he says, "I'm going to give you the chance to talk this out. You killed my father. You took my home from me, and 15 years of my life, and I'm still willing to talk this out because I think it's the right thing to do." And then Skeletor says, "No." And then He-Man basically says, "Are you sure?" Without saying, "Are you sure?" And then Skeletor goes, "Yeah, I'm going to fight. We're going to fight right now." And then they fight.
And then He-Man kicks the high holy shit out of him.
But there's this. But then they fight a little bit, and Skeletor. There's the line in the trailer where Skeletor says, "Oh, you have all the power, but you don't know how to use it." And then He-Man says, I've been pulling my punches," and beats the ever-living crap out of Skeletor, and it is awesome.
Do you remember at the end of Arkham Origins in the when you're in the chapel scene with the Joker, and you just wail on him for like a minute, like rapid fire punches? They literally do that. And
Yes.
It's a very satisfying moment.
If you were to isolate that sequence, again, just take that sequence for what it is for a moment here. Mm-hmm. We can talk this out. Last chance.
That's called just being a good man. That's having empathy, you know?
But no, it's not even the empathy. It's honorable.
Yeah,
it's
being
the
an
doing the
honorable
right
hero.
thing. It's the Superman thing. And I was like, fuck you guys for not letting this be the whole movie.
Yep, it's Goku
Why
in the
did you-
English dub. Like,
Why did you have to tie this into the HR bullshit, which is fake? The HR bullshit's not real. That whole corporate speak, none of that's real, and they play it off as not being real in the
Yeah.
actual film with Zashir Zameda, who's like, yeah, I know all the HR speak and all of this stuff, and it's all wrong because I'm gonna fire you anyway.
yeah, the whole
they
the whole
do that
point
in
of
the
it,
movie.
they mock the HR culture 110% in the beginning of the movie, but then he keeps going back to it. And I was like, once he left Earth, I never should have heard about the HR shit again. And I want to point this out from Ava Pop Culture because this is the balancing of the scale. You have the moment
Right.
of where he's trying to be the honorable hero, but the sorceress had just told him what made him special and why she picked him was he was different than the alpha male leaders of the past because of feelings. And that was a little weird.
It very much was like, yes, the power is inside of you because you're one with your feelings.
And honestly, what she basically says to him, yeah, you're one with your feelings. The power's been inside of you all along. I don't like the power was inside you all along trope. I hate it. I've hated it every time they've used it with a girl boss. I didn't like it here.
See, and that's where I feel like you have to be able to have the conversation of, okay, well, wait a second. The sequence of him saying being He-Man and being like, I'm gonna kick your ass, or we could talk this out. Last chance. I'm gonna kick your ass. Okay, now I'm really gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna have to defeat you. And I feel like that's awesome. Why did they have to ruin that with? Well, actually, it's because you're in tune with your feelings. No, it's because he's an honorable man.
He has honor.
It's not empathy. That is not empathy.
Yeah.
That is not an empathy thing at all. That
Giving
is just
giving your opponent the opportunity
leader.
giving your opponent the opportunity to surrender is honorable.
Yes, that is not an empathetic thing with this. This is like Art of War shit. You know, this is like I don't know. It's the right thing to do. It's like philosophical. But it's completely lost on a Hollywood that is completely incapable of communicating the truth.
Oh my gosh.
What?
This just made the sound of glass break in my head. It was just Thor Ragnarok. The sword breaks like the hammer, and the power is inside of him all along, like Thor.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch! I mean, look, this movie aggressively tries to be Thor Ragnarok. Like, from the color scheme to like, the synth music to the humor to everything. It tries to be Thor Ragnarok.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Shit!
Yeah, I can't argue with that one.
Man.
I can't argue with that. But yeah, so the Royal Guard, where he's like Fisto, and he's like, I fist people. And, like, they did that joke 4 times. And then they have the one joke with Ram Man where he's like, give him head, Ram Man. And I'm like,
I see some of that I thought was funny. I did
not
like
for
some
a
of
movie
that.
that's meant for 10-year-olds.
I would agree with that.
Fisting jokes and giving head, like, that's not for kids.
Well, see,
And that's not one of those
that's
jokes that's going to go over their head.
Oh, they'll get it. They'll get it. That was like I said before. That was the comparison that I was making to the Goonies. Like the Goonies, if you watch that as a 10-year-old, they're in that movie. Oh shit, you know, like they're ah shit, you know, they swear in the Goonies. It's like it's not for kids,
Right.
so I don't.
But the fact that he,
I didn't hate it. I don't love it. I wanted to love. I
wanted to
hate
love it
walking
too.
out of movies and being so impartial, or being. That's why I love Sheep Detective so much. Why?
it's just this Marvel humor, man. This Marvel humor is a plague, And like, okay, so can we talk about the Beastman sequence where they tried to do the meme where they had the video of Skeletor and He-Man singing the hey yay yay
Yes.
hey, but it did not work as a needle drop. Like they thought this was going to be they thought it was going to be like the Madonna song in Deadpool and Wolverine, Like a Prayer. They thought it was going to be like a prayer, and it wasn't. Like that song's playing, and I was laughing because I was just like, "This is so stupid." Also, he got put in the back of the one cop car that didn't have like a grate over the back seat.
Right. I thought there was a lot of conveniences. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. They just so happened to. Okay, why? Tila shows up to the Act 2 is garbage. I can't. The more I think about Act 2, the more I don't like it. The more I don't like Act 2 specifically. Okay, so hey, resistance to Skeletor. I brought back Prince Adam with the power sword. Yeah, we don't know if we believe him. Give us the sword. We're gonna examine it. Put him and you in prison with your dad and a robot. In the movie, I was like, this is stupid as fuck. This made no sense.
Really dumb.
Back to your point. With everything with the Hey Yeah Yeah song.
So
I don't remember the title. I should know.
Yeah, what's going on? I think
it could have. What's going on? It could have been great. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be great if they play it. And they cut it off too soon. They cut it so soon. It's like, wait, this wasn't the moment to play that song. It would have been good in the end. It would have been better to play that when he's fighting Skeletor at the end. Like, if you were going to use it, go big. They did the same thing for Superman. Why did Superman ends with the punk rocker, which is a good song, but it should have ended with Starman.
Mm-hmm.
It could have played. Okay, if you're going to play into the memes, play into the memes.
The other needle drop was Princes of the Universe by Queen, the Highlander theme.
Right.
And when that hit, I was like, really? And like, I was so into it, dude. I was like, oh my gosh, like, here we are. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, go kick some ass. And then immediately they all start coughing because there's too much smoke that they're walking through. And they ended on a stupid Marvel joke. And then they try to keep it going. Like, I'm like, you've already undercut the moment with the dumb Marvel joke. You can't keep the needle drop going after that.
It was.
I was so excited when they hit that song, dude. I was so excited. And
it's jump jokes, dude. That's what we're just gonna start calling it. It's not Marvel humor. Marvel humor is giving it too much credit. No, it's just jump jokes, just like jump scares.
Yeah. You know, when he transforms for the first time, goosebumps. I was just like, oh, this is the best thing ever. I can't wait. Oh my gosh, he's gonna be like so awesome. And then immediately he's like falling over himself. You know, he's doing dumb Marvel jokes, doing dumb jump jokes. Like,
I'd say Act 1 was great. Act 2 was shit until Snake Mountain.
Yep.
Which is it's unfortunate that Act 2 is so shit because he is He-Man for most of Act 2. Snake Mountain is fantastic. Mm-hmm. That is pure He-Man. Pure He-Man.
That is the one scene in the entire thing that really feels like He-Man.
Like that I cannot give this below a 7 because of how good Snake Mountain is. And then I think the ending, I like the end fight. I like the end fight a lot.
I did too. And except for when Tila fought Evil Lynn and they didn't have a resolution. Just the fight just randomly ends off screen. I'm like, why is this even a fight? Like, Tila should have been outside the castle with everybody else.
My fear here, Marv, is that this is the kind of movie that's going to create a polarization because, and unfortunately, I would say the explosion on the internet this morning, or that was shared this morning, has just made it something that you can't discuss. See how we've been able to discuss it. And I'm seeing the chat here too, and we're like discussing. Hey, there are some great moments. There are some terrible moments. There are some great moments. There are some terrible. There's some great and terrible. It's the great and terrible movie. It's like a 7. It's a 7.
Yeah, it's not a 7 to me. That's a 6 to me. At best, it's a 6 to me.
I was geeking the freak out, man, on the fights. The fights were good. The actors were good. The setting was great. The costumes were great. It's like the director Krennic from Rogue One. We were this close to greatness.
It's better than Mandalorian and Grogu. It's better than Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
But not better than Sheep Detectives or Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary. 100% agree. 100% agree. And that's the disappointing reality.
And it will make no money. I really.
That's something else. Yes. Whether you loved or hated this movie, it's not getting a sequel. I look. Maybe it will be because Jeff Bezos wants to keep throwing money at stuff. But yeah, this is. I mean, look. Okay. Talking about the ending. At the end of the movie, there are the 3 post-credit scenes. One of them is Orko, which we talked about. The middle one is She-Ra.
I literally yelled out, "Ugh!" at the top of my lungs when that happened. Thankfully, there were only 2 other people in the theater. But
now, how would you have felt if she turned around and it was Sydney Sweeney?
I'd have been okay with it.
I was like, oh, they're going to show us who it is? It's more like a stand-in. I don't think... Was there actually an actress there? Because I couldn't tell.
So she talked.
Yeah, she's hawked. But it's in the same way of like Thanos from 2012's Avengers.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, I guess. By the Pop Culture saying here, Orko literally tells you the moral of the story is masculinity is bad. I don't think that's what he says.
I'm gonna have to go watch it again because at that point I wasn't paying attention. I was too annoyed with the fact that they just insulted He-Man, He-Man's name at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
and I was fuming at that point. So I was like, you think I'm red in the face now? That whole gag at the end of like, oh, that name is so stupid. Yeah, fuck you people.
Isn't that an oxymoron? You're He-Man. You're both man. Like, shut up. No, the thing's name is He-Man.
Cringer was good.
No, Cringer wasn't good. Cringer was barely in the movie.
For the small bits that we got of Cringer that I liked. I liked that he was like he was a pussy. He was a pussy cat.
He's not a pussy cat. He's a battle cat. I don't know, man.
I think this is a polarizer movie, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate we can't just get proper victories. Proper victory movies.
I'm really not looking forward to writing a review of this for geeksandgamers.com because I'm going to talk about the bad and I'm going to talk about the good, and much like our chat tonight, everyone is going to be angry about it.
And it's going to be really hard to do reviews for this, because people love this movie, but I think they're blinded with I mean, shit, guys. If we're gonna tear apart Mandalorian and Grogu, we have to be honest about this too. If we're gonna tear apart everything else that we talk about, we have to be honest about this too. I don't hate this, but it's also not the bang. I wanted this to be 100% winner, because I wanted to say, go see this, support this. You could look at all the streams we've done. We've posted clips talking about this with Marv and I together. I've done it on other shows. I've done it on the Pro Show, and I think I even said it on FNT a few times. If this is good, we have an obligation to support it with word of mouth.
Yeah.
I don't care enough to do that.
That's if somebody was like, should I go see this movie? My response would be, if you got time.
If you got time, I think that's
don't go out of your way. You know, like if you have time and money, and you know you feel like it's not like Project Hail Mary where I was like, go out of your way to see this movie. It's just kind of like, yeah, you know, if you're not
Whereas
doing
we're literally telling everybody to see Sheep Detectives.
right.
Take your family, take the kids, take your parents, go see Sheep Detectives. You're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Project Hail Mary, take everybody to see that.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't know. I don't know. It was not the ultimate victory success that I wanted it to be. That's for sure.
No, and that's the thing. Like, it sounds like a cop out to be like to say it was just okay, but it really was just kind of okay. Like,
It was just okay.
yeah. I don't know, man. I don't like the power was inside you all along stuff. I don't like just basically everything Tila did. I don't like Man at Arms being a drunk. But then again, I like that where Man of Arms ended in the film, so I'm okay with the journey that he goes on. But like, I get wanting to make Adam a bit of a goof, but like, I needed you to take something seriously at some point in this movie. Nothing is taken serious. Nothing is given an opportunity to breathe. It is the exact same issue that Superman had.
I think Superman's worse. This is better than Superman.
Superman is a worse movie than this.
This is a better movie than Superman.
You know what? I might put. Yeah, So here's the thing. I was more angry at Superman because
Superman didn't have a gripper cup.
Superman is my like main fandom, so I was more angry about Superman than I was about this. I don't know if I could say that this is better than Superman.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's it, Master of the Universe. I come to you wishing that we could say it was better than what it was, or say that it was worse than what it was.
Yeah.
Unanimously. I wish it would, but unfortunately, this will be something that some people love it, some people hate it, some people are so like we are, some people are so on the negative spin. There are a lot of things that I really loved about this movie, and there are things that I think I'm going to sleep on it, wake up tomorrow, and be like,
"Yep,
fuck that."
We still have to do super chats, so
yes, let's do that.
The Blank Man for 199 says Tom was right about all of you. Shame to see this. Okay, thanks for spending money to say that.
Well, can we also say we just went through the whole things we liked about it.
We gave you the things we liked,
we didn't like about it.
Honestly, I think there were more things that we didn't like than things that we liked. So, I don't know what you want from me, man. KB Hugs 71 for 199. Were there any Filmation animation recycles? I don't think so. Right?
Unfortunately, I don't know what that means, so I can't.
Like the original cartoon. Like there was no animation from there. There may have been Easter eggs that I just didn't catch because that's 100% possible. Nails.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nails for $5. Team 87 Masters of the Universe here. Lundgren, Langella were superior. Someday someone will AI remake that film and it'll be amazing. No AI could save the new version. I did like. What did you think of the Dolph Lundgren cameo?
I loved it.
Yeah,
I was
great.
like, there's a Dolph Lundgren cameo in there, and that is what a number berry should be. Yeah, you're in my spot. It was,
and he gives him some
I thought it was good.
He gives him some solid advice. That comes back to help him in the end.
I thought that was great. See, there's great moments in this.
Yeah. Darth Leon for $2 says He-Man is just Adam with powers, no fight skills. Wrong. Because of that Snake Mountain fight, he knows how to fight. And he knows how to fight in a way Adam never knew how to fight. He's spinning that sword around, and he's doing all these crazy acrobatics. The power definitely gives him a leg up. Or at least it's wildly inaccurate about whether it is or isn't. Over on your channel.
Sea Dog Knight for a 10 says, I'll be honest, this review makes me not want to see it. LOL. Yeah,
I mean, if that's what you take from it, that's fine. We're not saying to see it or not see it. Again, it's if you have time.
I would also recommend getting second opinions on this as well. and hearing
Yeah.
other opinions, and then making your own choice.
Look,
It's your time, it's your money.
Wizard and I are firmly in the middle here, whereas you have the two completely polar opposite reactions of Shad Brooks and Tom Connor. Right?
I'm curious to see how FNT is going to be tomorrow. Heel versus Babyface Az posted a review that I loved watching his review. We were listening to it on the drive back home.
Did you like it?
And I agreed. But he had a great time. But he also called some of the errors like we did.
Mm-hmm.
He did a non-spoiler review, and he was saying very similar things to us. I agreed with almost everything he said. So if that's the tone going into FNT, I think I'm looking forward to that discussion because I intend on coming to it honestly, just like we did here on stream. I know a lot of people are upset with us, but like,
I think I might have
be
to,
honest whether you like
I think
it
I
or
might
not.
wait. I think I might wait until Saturday to write the review because I'm seeing it again tomorrow, and I need to see it again.
I kind of want to watch it again before I do my own. I just don't know when I'm going to find the time to get to a theater. But yeah, man. Yeah. I wanted to walk out and be... See, sometimes people are like... You know how people are like, you went in expecting it to be bad. You went in expecting it to be good. Well, that's all poppycock because I went in wanting this to be the best movie of the year. I walked out like...
Look, I reject that argument all the time because I went into Superman... expecting and wanting it to be good. Like,
me too.
I was so excited for Superman, and I hated that. I freaking hated that movie.
Yeah, Superman was look, Superman. I did a review. People really hated that video I did. I did a video review on Superman, and I basically said the same thing that I'm saying. Son of a bitch, that is another Superman comparison. I said there are things in Superman I loved. There's a lot of things I did not love. There's a lot I didn't love. It's a 50-50. And I think Master of the Universe is another 50-50 for me.
This movie, for me, I don't think it's a movie that I'm going to be like, I have to watch that on streaming again the whole way through. That's just a movie where I'm like scrolling YouTube and I'm going to look up the Snake Mountain fight. Or I'm going to look up the He-Man Skeletor fight. Or the first time he transforms. Like, I'm going to look these things up and watch them as clips. And not watch the whole movie.
If this movie was 15 minutes shorter and they pulled most of the Marvel gags, we would have a completely different conversation about this film.
Yeah.
It would have been a 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10. The Marvel humor hurts the movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Darth Leon for 5 says, yes, let's talk this out is not woke. It's a point that talking to people who are just evil and will not listen need more than just words. Life lesson. I'm not saying that it's woke that he tries to talk to Skeletor. I'm saying they try to play it off like it's woke, even though it is just asking your opponent to surrender. And I love that Skeletor literally is like, I'm a villain and I love being a villain. Like, for once, there was no like, well, in my mind, I'm the hero. Like, no, he's just evil. He's
I'm
evil.
A bad
he knows
guy.
it, and I love that. Like his henchmen are calling him like your evilness and stuff like that. Like it was refreshing. He was refreshingly evil. I did like that. KB Hug 71 for the 199 says, "Wiz, they snuck in forgiveness. We have a mole."
I wouldn't have said. I don't know. Would you say it's forgiveness? I wouldn't say it's forgiveness. I would
It's
say
definitely
it's
not.
honor.
It's definitely not forgiveness. It's honor. Like it's not like he was gonna befriend Skeletor after that.
Yeah, he wasn't going to befriend Skeletor. It was a stand down or you're going to get your ass kicked.
Defcon Prime for 5 says, big comic sales today. Woo! Here's a piece of my profit today. Woo! I drank a little to celebrate, much like Ric Flair. Good cheers. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Defcon Prime. Appreciate you, brother. Darth Leon for 2 says, can't let 1 second of woke make me hate the next 5 minutes. Is that what you mean?
I think so.
I think it was just balancing the scales. It was over and over and over again. I didn't like that. Darth Leon for 2. Not much fight skills in his first He-Man fight. Yeah, but then in the Snake Mountain. So he must have trained for 6 months between that and that makes it worse, you realize, right? Like that's Mary Sue stuff. Like if Ray did that, we'd all be all over it. like I get it. He transforms in the first fight. He's falling all over himself because he doesn't understand how to work it yet. And then he could work it in the Snake Mountain fight. But I don't know, man. Like it's definitely like the power giving him the ability to fight more. Like like once you learn how to use the power, it's not that he knows how to
now
fight.
I'm definitely gonna need to watch it again. In
the fight, he's spinning that sword all over the place. He's all over the place.
Yeah, he had to get his balance, and then the speeder chase. I'm sorry.
I like the end of that.
Trying not to fall asleep.
I like when he catches the ship, but other than that, yeah, not a fan.
Yeah. I'm mixed on this. I don't hate it. I don't love it, and that's the worst place to be as a film reviewer.
Yep.
It's the worst place to be.
It really is. All right, Wizard. We're all caught up on super chats. Oh, hold on. Darth Leon for 2, since you see the progression of the first fight. Well, yeah, of course you do. But
right.
He's not having that fight as Adam. He's not sword fighting anyone as Adam.
Right. Well, this has been an interesting stream. Yeah. These movie reviews, man, they're too much, I think.
It gets contentious because people want you to just agree with them.
Well, I think people want you to destroy it.
Yeah.
Because we're so accustomed to destroying things.
Glaze it or destroy it. That's kind of
glaze it or destroy it. And we don't do that. We try to have honest discussion on things we like, things we didn't like. There are some things I friggin' loved about this, and there are just some things I didn't.
Yeah. So,
it's a middle-of-the-road movie.
Agreed.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right, let's tie this up. We've been streaming all day.
We have been. Since 9 a.m. So,
since 9 a.m.
Yep. All right, Wizard, do you want to close this out?
Yes, until next time, my friends, create, innovate, inspire others to do so as well, and cancel your Disney Plus subscription. Goodbye.
Bye.
Crossfire, caught up in the fandom flame. Crossfire, nothing in pop culture safe. The wizard casting truth bombs, more bringing the fire. When the hot takes hit, you're in the culture crossfire.